Łudzinika.
What's up, guys? We're back. We're going into our next match, aLive against Zest, here in Pro League 2016.
This is the match of the night. As we were saying before, aLive, don't be fooled by his Pro League regular total score there. He is on fire, man. Looking like one of the best Terrans we do have out here in Korea.
Yeah, he is playing so well since Legacy of the Void. It's crazy, man. His control has been perfect. His build's solid. He just understands the flow of the game, man. It moves through him like water. But Zest is incredibly scary as well. In general, he's just looking good in Legacy of the Void. We've been having a hard time trying to identify the best Protoss right now in Legacy. It might be Deer. He's had a very good run, but it's still too early to say.
Yeah, I think it's still too early, but Zest definitely ranks up there. I'd say at least top 3. Deer's probably up there as well. Classic has been having trouble against Zerg. I think once he figures that out, maybe he can get up there again. But yeah, Zest is also, it seems like he's very comfortable in this expansion, looking quite good as well. So yeah, this is why this is the big match, Tasteless.
And, you know, Protoss changed a lot, Valdez. We saw, oh, interesting.
This is what we're talking about. It's so close.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. I really can't blame everybody who voted Zest because he's been so consistent. I don't think that aLive's solid play, though, is an anomaly. I think he might be able to pull through right here, right now. Let's find out. Okay, in the upper right, in the purple, it is aLive. In the bottom left, in the red, our Protoss player, Zest.
Now, Zest, looking good. I'm sure you guys saw my picture yesterday on Twitter. Go look at that, at Brendan Valdez. It was a pretty nice picture.
What was the picture?
It was, well, I don't want to spoil it, but Zest was in the picture.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
What's your Twitter account?
At Brendan Valdez.
At Brendan Valdez. All right, go check that out. I actually might check that out on the break. I don't know what that is either. No spoilers, guys.
Whoa.
Thank you for coming down.
What? Miss the B and type Z instead when writing his name. I'm guessing that's Zest.
Yeah, that have to be right.
Yeah.
There's no Z and B in aLive, so we figured it out.
There it is. Looks like maybe the Korean commentators figured it out too. Maybe.
Now we have a Nexus there. Well, soon.
Well, it's not there yet.
Tasus is from the future.
Coming out, yeah.
I went back in time to cast video games. And so, we're going to have a quick expanding Zest. Let's see how soon Terran gets the command center. He has the funds for it, or did, but he hasn't made it just yet. It looks like now the SCV is being transferred, and Zest's probe does do one more peek to see if there's any other add-ons there before leaving, and he sees, nope, it's going to be a Reaper coming out.
Yeah, pretty standard from aLive here. Zest just wanting to confirm. Saw the SCV going back. Zest knows the timing, knows the build, and is going to make a pylon here at the ramp.
A big question we're asking ourselves is what comes after the cybernetics core? What does he have in store for us? Yeah. We've seen a lot of DT drops. We've seen a small number of Stalker Blink attacks. We've seen Adept pressures. We've seen it all, man.
We've seen Disruptors in fast warp prisms.
True. That's true.
Didn't work out for Hero.
I don't know if he does it on this map. Maybe he does anyways. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I don't know how map-dependent that strat is specifically. Same with DT drops. It seems like you can kind of do that on any map as long as you have big enough mains and they have to take a quick expansion or you know, pressured into taking a quick expansion.
Yeah, and DT drops have been pretty fan of the month, I guess. We've been seeing it a lot. This is exactly, well, usually... Wow.
Get wrecked! Wow. Get out, Reaper! You see how fast that thing died?
Yeah. He didn't even have time to jump down the hill.
No kidding.
He He wasn't even given the illusion that he could escape.
The Reaper didn't even have time to contemplate death, Valdez.
Yeah, he was just dead before he even died. That was so sad.
SCV going to scout, but it will pass right by without even knowing about this adept.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Quick on the draw there, aLive.
No kidding. Game of cat and mouse going on here as it looks like, oh, look, he actually tricked the adept. aLive is so sneaky.
Wow. Now Zest on a wild goose chase. Nice deny here. These are the little things you will see that the best of the best do. Like all these tiny little things. The SCV getting away is actually really important. You want to save that guy. You can scout with him later, or you can just use him to mine. And denying the mothership core before it even gets close. Like, he already knew the angle that Zest was going to come in with that mothership core.
Now, Zest is going for a third base here at the exterior of his main. And so far, Terran seems to be ready to do some kind of harassment. The Widow Mine's out. I don't believe these are just for defensive functions. I think when that medevac does pop out, he will load that up and begin to do the harass.
Yeah.
And I don't see really much detection. There are observers that are moving out. Looks like the second observer is going to be put over here on the far left to check for drops. So it'll really depend on what the path is. What route does the medevac actually take to get to Zest bases?
We saw Classic have particular trouble against this. Lost, 21 probes with 1 hit on Orbital Shipyard yesterday. If you guys missed that, you definitely want to check that one out. Not the best game for Classic, but a pretty cool Widowmine hit.
Busted.
Wow.
Zest knows exactly where this Widowmine is going to move. Seems like the timing is a little bit ill-fated since it does get there before that is even finished. Dropping 1 Widowmine there. I'm not clear if Protoss actually saw that. I think he did.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so he just picks up and backs out.
So, yeah, stopped at every turn. These guys can't find even a tiny bit of damage outside of that Reaper. I think that is the only unit that was lost.
I think you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the only unit that's died so far. So overall, a pretty passive game. I think a lot of respect being shown here from both of these players as they're realizing, okay, this guy's really good. If I overstep at all, I'm going to lose my army possibly and then lose this game. By the way, for Terran, 1-1 coming here while Blink is finishing for Protoss.
Yep. Zest kind of playing this a bit old style. Get that Blink first. Pressure on the map with your Stalkers. Nice scan here, actually, to get that Observer. That's going to deny high ground vision from these Stalkers, but can put on a bit of pressure onto this Orbital. Going to force it to lift while he gets his own Nexus back at home.
Command Center backing up. Looks like he's going to try to re-land it here. He is under some pressure from those Stalkers, although I don't think these Stalkers are ever going to get that Command Center.
Whoa.
All right, he's going to push down now. And they blink away. Meanwhile, medevac drops over here. Can he get any probes? Ooh. No, he's going to have to pick up and get out quickly, by the way. Don't forget, Blink is done.
Oh. Target that medevac. Oh! So
good
close.
Save. Really good save there. And he'll eventually have to get that Command Center landed onto the low ground. Meanwhile, for Protoss, he's getting his forges. 1-1 is already done here for Terran. Let's see if he starts the 2-2 immediately.
Yeah, looks... Well, he has got that +1 attack at least, and Zest was doing a very nice job of trading here with the Stalkers. He's not done yet, actually. He's cut down a lot of this army supply from aLive.
Now, with Zest having basically not been interrupted at all, besides making his probes move for a second, he might have a pretty strong timing attack coming up here. He's getting a lot more gateways. He might be able to power up a pretty big army and possibly hit his opponent right as 1-1 is done.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting the Adept attack speed upgrade and Storm very fast. He's going to have a really scary army very fast. He got this third base quite quickly as well. And he's going to Chrono Boost out the Storm and add 5 gateways. I think he may just be right. He's going to have a nice little timing here with the Storm, the Adept upgrade. Oh, wow.
Nicely done. Takes out that medevac. Small loss there for aLive. Meanwhile, Warp Prism is in position to possibly wreak havoc here on that expansion in the upper right there for aLive. Just getting a lot of adepts over there. And with Terran far out on the map, there's no easy way to get back home quickly.
He's actually got 3 High Templar in that Warp Prism.
Oh, I'm
so
sorry.
Are
those Templars?
Storm drop, yeah.
Oh, cool.
This is going to be... And I think aLive has no idea about this.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what he does up here.
He does have a turret over there. He just finished it. There is the Warp Prism, lying in wait for that Storm to finish.
As the game goes on, the medevac is going to move out here. And we have this drop coming up. Turret is going to drive that back, taking off only shields, though. And Zest is now taking another base here in the center left, whereas aLive is playing the defense. Oh, you know what? That was a loss for Protoss. Big loss. Did not get enough SCVs at all.
I don't even think he got one.
I think he actually got exactly one.
Wow. Okay. And yeah, the last storm went onto the army, but the medevac saved what was getting damaged there. So losing 3 High Templar, committing to Storm, and the Warp Prism. So not the best trade for sure.
I think he sends the medevac down here towards the main and maybe the third base and starts dropping Widow Mines while he masses up his army and tries to do a push over here towards the center left. I think. I'm not totally sure.
Yeah. We got a Adept up there for Zest, actually patrolling just to make sure no medevacs come through. Nice scan here. aLive is really on top of denying any observers out on the map. Really looking for those, making sure Zest has as little vision as possible.
A scan over here. Nicely done. Looks like he wants to keep edging forward here.
Marine stemming up the ramp there, wants to see the composition of Zest. Sees there are no High Templar in the mix, I believe. Yeah, just a lot of Adepts that are going to be highly upgraded. Zest has, in fact, gotten ahead now of aLive in upgrades, but there are a lot of Ghosts joining the army for aLive here.
Oh, Storm drops on the army, but no kills just yet. Meanwhile, another attack. aLive is on the run, and Zest is beginning to shave off the small bits of Marines and Marauders that are here. 2-2 almost done. Medevac coming in over here right now. Going to try to drop on top of those workers. Liberators going into a defensive position to try to allow aLive to hold this base. Oh my God.
Denied. And look at this, the blink underneath the Liberator's going to take out both of them. And we got a huge concave for the Protoss. Just finished the 2-2. And those Ghosts are not going to be enough to stop this.
I think this game is actually over. You know, his army was just spread out enough. And I do like the Storm drop play, even though it wasn't working. The idea behind it's pretty good. And look at this, Zest knows it's over. GG. Zest has crushed aLive. Now putting KT in a 2-1 lead over the Afreeca Freaks.
Zest so unimpressed after he wins that game. He just takes the headset off. He's like, whatever, easy.
Another nerd bites the dust.
Smiling, he's like, yeah, I know I'm a badass.
Well, he did play quite well back there, man. We're going to go on to our next match now, guys. Let's see if Afreeca Freaks can balance this out or if it's just going to be Zest here, you know, cementing that lead and then closing it out. Do we know what is the fourth match? I'm not entirely sure.
I don't remember, actually. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I saw the lineup.
I was so hyped. It's Keen versus somebody. What is it? Keen versus Stats. That's right. Yeah. Keen versus Stats. So I think Stats takes that.
Yeah,
I
believe so.
Stats is looking really good in Legacy as well. I feel like Stats is a player that's been steadily improving.
Yeah, man. All you got to do is remove the glasses. Him and Deer alike, you know, both of them removing the glasses.
That's what we got to get from aLive. He needs contacts. That's the way.
That's the next
These
step,
pro
man.
gamers that have gotten contacts, they've improved a lot, Valdez.
Yeah.
All right. Get ready, guys, for our next game. We're going to be jumping right into it. I believe the players are already in the booth. Can KT close it out? The Afreeca Freaks need to have the game of their lives so that we can get to the ace match, which, by the way, we've hardly had any ace matches here in Pro League so far.
Yeah, we had that one day where we had 2, and I think that's it. Actually, it's really kind of strange the way that works. But, yeah, I don't believe that Keen should be able to take the stats. It's looking way too good, and I don't know. I'm curious to see how far Keen has come. He really had an unimpressive last year. I think he was with MVP. Now joining a bit of a higher tier team, I'd say, you know, getting up there, and maybe that'll help him out here, but I'm not exactly sure. He's going up against one of these Titans, one of these really strong Protoss players.
Stats is looking very good. I think you're right. Keen is like the extra in Star Trek.